Hey guys, Leo here. How are you doing? So today I'm gonna share my new app. So this is an app that I've been working for weeks. It's kind of days, but it's past week and this week right now. And this is basically not exactly a copy, but it was very inspired by Codex app and new version of Cursor Tree. So now we don't use like too much IDEs, and we basically see a bunch of projects that we can open different agents, in this case different chats. And using Codex you see you see ChatGPT models like OpenAI models, ChatGPT 5.5, 5.4 and so on. You can select like if you prefer to use 5.4 or 5.5, and that was released like weeks ago. And in the Cloud Code app you can also like see the Cloud Code models like Haiku, Sonnet, Opus and so on. The only problem is that I, at least for me, I was paying for both projects, I would say, so Claude and Anthropic one, and then OpenAI one, because I was testing some stuff and I decided to pay both and see what it's my preference. In the middle of the testing, I decided to like keep both and use for specific stuff. For example, I prefer to use Cloud Code for front-end tasks, but OpenAI for back-end tasks. And then every time that I had to use like Cloud Code, I had to open the Cloud Code app, and then for Codex I had to open the Codex app. We could use like Cursor and pay for a single signature, in this case a single access. But the problem is that using Cursor, the usage of the models for OpenAI and Claude is not the same if you are paying for a subscription. And for that reason I decided to create this app to like aggregate all the models using the CLIs, and all the providers of course using the CLIs, and in a single interface very similar to Codex, and also implement some extra stuff that I prefer to use. So this is basically what Lobrecs Agent does. And in this case here I have the Lobrecs Agent itself. I'm using Lobrecs Agent to improve Lobrecs Agent, so in this case you see this here. And yeah, so I'm gonna showcase the app here. So here we have the workspace where we play with the AI. Here we have like the usage. I added some stuff, some like pricing stuff, and then it's calculating the token spent. So this is what I spent this week, so last 7 days, to build the Lobrecs Agent. Of course it's not the price that I'm paying, because I have the Codex $100 subscription and also the $100 subscription for a Cloud Code, and for that reason I'm paying like $200, but I like spent over $2,000. So that's something that it's temporary from my opinion, because they are paying for it in the subscription way, and then in the future maybe we wanna have this one. But anyway, so this is not something that I need to talk right now. So here we have some automations. I'm working on this end right now. It's not completely done, but it's at least working. I'm not gonna showcase the whole app, only specific parts. I can demo other parts in another video, but for now only like specific parts. Here we have memory. We can set some rules and so on. I'm still working on this as well. And yeah, so here I have in this top right here, I can open with different agents, not different agents but different IDs. So I have some stuff here. Here I have some context stuff, Context Explorer, because I had to use this once and then I decided to add it here. Here we can expand this, and yeah, so this is something that I've been working on. And we have the terminal here. This is not the terminal to like run commands, but the terminal of the CLI. And here, yeah, what else? Here we have those things here. I need to run something to show. So here we can create a new chat. We can search old chats and automations. And here we have settings. So this is a huge settings page because I decided to keep everything like changeable and replaceable as well. So here we have a bunch of settings. Some of them are JSONs that I need to improve the component, and we have themes. So using AI today, it's very easy to create themes. So I'm using this ink black, we have soft black, carbon, ash black. I prefer these black ones. I created like different colors, but I prefer to use this like soft black or carbon black. They are very nice. And yeah, we have more settings here like routing. This is it's a part of the swarm and agent and models, like the full models, and we can set up everything here per project as well. And yeah, so here we have the same approach of like other tools, manual approve, auto approve, that's the auto mode from Claude Code, and so on. And yeah, here in the bottom we have the terminal. I can like basically run commands here, so using the command. And then I'm a Vim user, at least I was when before the AI the AI era. And then here I have Vim, and then I have some keyboard shortcuts to expand the panel, the terminal, and like I can, for example, search by modular architecture here. And yeah, so here is the Vim in action. So I don't know if you guys are used to use it, but yeah, here we have the modular architecture MD. That's the way that I'm building this thing here, because AI is very more intelligent using modules. And yeah, so this is my my Vim approach. So let's hide this. And here I have a very interesting thing, that's commit and push. This is one thing that I need to have some change to apply this. So yeah, let's try to see something. So for example, this thing here, open in, the font size is too big. Let's try to ask it to like, let's fix the font size. This is too big, so oops, too big as well. So, and yeah, so here we can select the model. So yeah, one interesting part that I forgot to show. So here I have the CLIs, so it's validating what CLIs I have installed. Of course I had to create adapters for each of them, but here I have Codex, I have anti-gravity, and this one, it's open code. I have a bug here because it's showing a bunch of like minimax plans, but I only have the token plan, this one. But yeah, so I can select any of them to like start the task. Let's like use Haiku for 4.5 because it's a good one for this task. It's a minimal task and straightforward. We could use even the Codex Spark because it's very straightforward, but the Codex Spark doesn't have like vision tool. And then let's use the Haiku 4.5 here. Then this is the chat in action. So we have the loading, we have the messages, two columns here. So for example, yeah, here it's doesn't have any output, but we have the grab and two columns that are being called for the app. And let's see the resolution of it. What else I need to show? Yeah, so in the meanwhile, I'm gonna show you the swarm stuff. Basically, the swarm, I implemented that. There are four ways to use the swarm, but I only use this managed since I created that, because here using the managed, we can have an orchestrator, basically a manager, and we can have like a manager will decide which models and which agents they will spawn to fix the issue. So basically I put the prompt here, then we have a new agent that is raised to like understand the prompt, and then this agent will decide how many agents we are spawning, and the complexity of the task, if you're going to like spawn parallel agents or sequential ones and so on. It will decide if this is a task for parallel agents, sequential ones, and then we can have sequential ones, for example, implementer and review. We can have like prefixes for example, plan, implement, and review. It will like basically create a plan. We can use different models for each. For example, use open code or OpenAI Codex 5.5, the GPT 5.5 to plan, then use the Opus 4.7 to implement, and then using a cheaper model to review, like open code with Minimax. Of course, I'm paying for this Minimax plan, but we could use like free models from open code to review and don't spend our tokens. And yeah, so that's something very, very interesting that I'm working on right now. This is not something that's done. I'm still working on it. So, but I think that's the power we have to create a new agent, a new interface for the agents in this case, because we can create like abstractions and preferences that we use day to day to code, and we can implement a bunch of things that are very interesting for us and the vision that we see as a developer. So if we have this app here, we could use we have the benefit to use like any providers that we want in a single interface, and of course we can create like spec driven features. We can have orchestrators. We can implement some stuff that's very nice for our day-to-day. So for that reason, I'm thinking about like open sourcing this project here. Of course, there are some preferences that I prefer to use. It's my preferences. For example, the Vim stuff, it's my thing. But yeah, open sourcing it would cause a problem from my preferences. But of course, we could like go here to settings and then add some like, oh, I prefer to use Vim, or I prefer to use like Cursor or VS Code or whatever, or Z, and then we can have different ways to fix that. So yeah, so here we have the output, we have the show comments, we have the build. It's running a build in the end. So yeah, so some two columns here we can see, and I decided to put this edit file same way we have for Codex. So here we can open it, and then I added a Dracula mode for diffs. And yeah, so here, yeah, I think it failed for showing the diff. No, it's here. So yeah, the text 11 pixels, and then now it's 9 pixels. Of course, I need to review the app for like having the change applied here. I'm not gonna do that right now. So, and yeah, so we can review. Here is the review for like the whole code change. So as you can see here, we don't have the Dracula theme because I forgot to add it, but here in this case, if we had more files, it would be shown here. They would be shown here in a horizontal scroll. And then we have the terminal, as I said, so the CLI outputs. We have the swarm, so in this case it's only one agent that was spawned, and it was a Claude Code Haiku. And then we have the context usage used. So in this case it was 405 files, and then here 104 chunks. And yeah, so that's pretty much what my project is doing. So in the future it will be our project because I'm thinking about like open sourcing it. But yeah, so that's pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope you are excited to use, looking forward to use it, or at least to contribute to open APRs or helping like improve this project here. So I have been working on it for like a week. I have spent, like as you saw here, it was like 200 million tokens in this project. I didn't code even one line. It was basically creating prompts and improving by myself. In the beginning I was using Codex and Claude Code App, and then when it got like a good spot, I was pretty much using it to improve it, and then it was pretty much it. So I hope you enjoyed, I hope you contribute, I hope this video like was fun for you. And then yeah, that's it. See you in the next one, and I really appreciate your view here, so thank you.